The Anglia news follows in just over 3 minutes after these headlines from ITN.
Good afternoon. Police say the arrest of 2 IRA suspects at Stone Henge yesterday came after a hunt lasting more than 2 weeks. It began when 2 armed men were spotted outside the Hampshire home of the chairman of Whitbread Brewery.
At 2:30 this morning, a convoy of 4 police cars arrived at London's Paddington Green police station from Stone Henge. Under armed guard inside, the 2 IRA suspects arrested yesterday. The 2 men have been transferred to cells inside and will be questioned later today by detectives from the anti-terrorist squad, anxious to confirm for a start who they are. This morning, Hampshire police revealed that this operation started on the 16th of September with a stakeout at the Wickham home of Sir Charles Tidbury, a former chairman of Whitbread and distant friend of the Prime Minister. While the anti-terrorist squad will be jubilant at these arrests, the hunt for up to 6 people believed to be involved in the mainland bombing campaign will continue.
The Labour leadership has been defeated at its party conference in Blackpool over defence. But the vote to direct money from defence cuts to other parts of the economy didn't get the necessary 2/3 majority to become party policy.
Mr Kinnock is determined that Labour won't go into the next election tied to a specific level of defence cuts. But delegates at conference seem to want just that, debating a motion to reduce defence spending to the European average.
There's hardly been a better time to argue for defence cuts. Politically and economically, they are a necessity.
No Labour candidate should have to go into the general election saddled with a commitment to reduce defence spending by a figure plucked out of the air.
The motion was passed, but without a 2/3 majority, won't be considered for Labour's manifesto. And the leadership had a large victory over its policy on the Gulf crisis. Jackie Ashley, ITN, Blackpool.
Germany's president has vowed that his country will preserve peace in Europe and the rest of the world. President von Weizsäcker was speaking at a state ceremony in Berlin to mark the first day of unification. In Berlin last night, more than 1 million people celebrated with fireworks and street parties.
For the communists, the party was over. For the new Germans, it was just beginning. Remember this date, October the 3rd, 1990, the birth of a new nation. But the lines were drawn here as a few anti-fascist demonstrators taunted their opponents from the right. There were a few scuffles, but on the whole, the 3,000 riot police here had little to do but deal with overtired revellers.
Well, it's a very good feeling. It's great happiness and great joy for me and for all Berliners. And
having watched history happen, the new Germans went quietly home, east or west. No problems now.
The husband of Princess Caroline of Monaco has been killed in a speedboat crash. Italian businessman Stefano Casirai married the princess in 1983. He was her second husband and they had 3 children. The crash happened at the World Offshore Championship in Monte Carlo. Those are the headlines. I'll be back with ITN's next news at 5:40. Good afternoon.